I was at the festival, surrounded by laughter and music, when suddenly everything changed. A car came barreling through the crowd, like a scene from a nightmare. People were screaming, trying to get out of the way, but it was chaos. I saw it happen right in front of me, bodies flying, panic spreading like wildfire. It felt surreal, like time slowed down. In an instant, joy turned to horror. Emergency services rushed in, but the damage was done. Lives were lost, families shattered. It's a stark reminder of how quickly things can turn tragic. We gather to celebrate life, but in a blink, it can all be taken away. We need to reflect on safety at these events, because no one should ever have to experience something like this. Witness says car drove right through crowd at Vancouver Festival, killing multiple people. An ambulance is parked at the site of the Lapu Lapu Day block party. Multiple people are dead and others injured after a man drove an SUV into a crowd at a street festival in Vancouver, police say. A food truck owner tells the BBC the car drove completely straight right through the crowd. Local police say a 30-year-old man from the city in British Columbia is in custody, adding that they are confident this is not an act of terrorism. The Filipino community's Lapu Lapu Day festival was underway when the incident took place shortly after 20:00 local time. Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney says he's devastated to learn about the deadly incident, as do the leaders of the Conservative Party and the NDP. Vancouver police have just posted another update on their social media. At this time, we are confident that this incident was not an act of terrorism, it says. It was such a beautiful celebration, such a family event, NDP leader recalls. Earlier, we brought you a statement from NDP leader Jagmeet Singh, who was attending the Lapu Lapu Day block party before the incident unfolded. He's since been filmed at a separate event where he has provided fresh reaction to the news that a man drove his SUV through a crowd of people. It keeps on playing through my mind, he says in a video shared on social media, as he reflects on the happiness of children attending the family event. The kids that were having such an amazing time, such joy, the incredible warmth of the people there. I just keep playing through my head such a beautiful celebration and such a family event. People coming together from all ages. No event deserves violence, obviously. It is horrible. Just imagine that joy with the contrast of the horrible death and destruction to happen at an event like that is something I can't comprehend. What is Lapu Lapu Day? Tourists stand in front of a statue of Lapu Lapu. Lapu Lapu is regarded as the first indigenous Filipino to resist Spanish colonization. Lapu Lapu Day is celebrated every year in the Philippines on 27 April. It marks the memory of Lapu Lapu, a national hero who stood up against Spanish colonization. The festival was officially set up in Vancouver in 2023. A statement on its website says, "The declaration not only honors the heroic legacy of Datu Lapu Lapu, but also symbolizes the cultural harmony and mutual respect that thrive in the province of British Columbia." Witness says car drove straight through a crowd. Josep Varde, co-owner of the Bao Buns food truck, was at the scene. As we've been reporting, the incident happened during the Lapu Lapu Day festival. Varde tells BBC World Service's weekend program that the final live performance of the day, the main event, had just finished when a car drove through a narrow street lined with food trucks, including his, completely straight right through the crowd. Josep says the vehicle was going about 100 km/h. He says the driver stopped, tried to run away, and, as he understands it, was caught by people nearby. "I think he was going for maximum damage," he says, adding that the driver killed some of his customers. "I just saw bodies underneath people's food trucks and husbands crying out for their wife or their kids. It was just horrible." Green Party co-leader horrified and heartbroken. Elizabeth May, co-leader of Canada's Green Party, has also taken to social media in the last few hours to express her condolences about the incident. "My prayers are with Vancouver and its Filipino community as we hold our breath waiting to hear more about the tragedy that took place at Lapu Lapu Day in South Vancouver tonight," she says. "I'm horrified and heartbroken that such an attack could occur, and on an occasion celebrating Filipino culture, resilience, and resistance. I am sending my love to affected families," where the incident happened. As we've been reporting, a man in an SUV drove into a crowd of people who were gathered for a Filipino festival being held in Vancouver at approximately 20 hours local time, police say. Filipino BC, the group that hosts the local Lapu-Lapu Day Festival in Vancouver, shared a map on their website ahead of the festival to show attendees where the block party would be taking place. Lapu-Lapu Day is one of the biggest celebrations in the Philippines and was officially recognized by British Columbia 2 years ago. Below is the map from the Lapu-Lapu Day website, which highlights a section of road where the festival was happening. It aligns with where police said the incident took place on E43rd Avenue, and Fraser Saint suspect was known to police in certain circumstances, police say. Police officers work at the scene after a vehicle drove into a crowd at the Lapu-Lapu Day block party. Let's quickly round up some more key comments from the Vancouver Police's news conference. Police are working through how the incident in Vancouver unfolded and will have more details in the morning. Acting Police Chief Steve Rye has said they are dealing with mass casualties and says there are multiple injured and multiple fatalities. There are still family members who need to be contacted, he added. Rye has said he did not want to be unfair to families by putting out numbers that we aren't even sure on yet. The 30-year-old suspect was known to police in certain circumstances, although he would not elaborate further. Prior to police arrival, the suspect was taken into custody by people in the crowd. The Lapu-Lapu Day event went through a robust security assessment,